We had a pretty wild weekend. My cousin was in town. We ended up going out and having an absolutely wild night. We experienced some things that we've never done before. We had a limo pick us up somehow. How did that happen?
Dude, I don't even know.
It's my girlfriend's idea.
Did she get it?
Huh?
Did she get it?
Yeah, her and Jimmy got it.
We jammed like probably 15 people into an
It was
8-person
too
limo.
many people in there.
We were all double lapped up and
It was packed.
yeah.
Dalton had Dom in his lap. It was cute.
Dom's his cousin.
Yeah, that's my cousin. But and then we rolled in through the back, bro. I've never done that before. Have you guys done that?
No, that was pretty sick.
It was pretty awesome.
We rolled in through the back. Everyone's like, "Who are these celebrities?" We're like,
Nobody's.
"No, like we're not."
This guy came up to me. He was like, hey, can I just like ask, like, what do y'all do for a living? And I was like, oh, dude, we all just dance on TikTok. And he was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, it's like kind of weird, but I mean, it works. And then he was like, oh, okay, well, that's like I thought he was gonna like start hating on it, but he was like, that's really cool, man. If I looked like y'all, I'd probably start dancing on there too.
When
And
did he ask you that?
Dude, nobody saw it. I was like, anybody else see this guy?
Were you outside?
No, I was in the VIP section thing.
No, I didn't see
They call it a VIP section. It's just like 3 chairs.
Yeah, and there's a heater over top of us. I was freaking out the whole time.
Oh my gosh, it was hot. I like the idea of it, but it was like we're on the same ground level with just a few. We were just in a booth.
Yeah, the Montana boys did like a promo video. They were like pouring people drinks and just shouting out the bar. So we got the table for free. But then I was interested in.
Oh man!
Nice.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, bro.
No, that's perfect, dude. Leave it like that.
That's not funny, dude.
Dude, you're gonna have to work through it because Fisher's got to leave. So we're just gonna have to grind it out.
Fisher can hold off, dude.
Dude, how did that happen?
It just
You
crumbled.
have to sit there with that the whole rest of the podcast.
Dude, my butt is literally freezing.
And Luke was already pissed that we had to film a morning podcast, and then his coffee spilled on him. You want some of my coffee, bro?
Dude, I don't want your freaking coffee, bro.
That's what you get for being in a pissy mood every morning.
I'm not in
dude.
a pissy mood, dude.
Yes, you are.
Luke, now you're just
thing I
pouring it
said-
on my couch.
Well, it's not. It's the cup cracked in half.
Well, maybe grab a different cup.
I can just drink.
We have a trip coming up where we're going to be probably not wearing our shirts very much. So we've all been trying to cut. We got a nice little brand deal. We've all been cutting down for it. So we've been struggling to cut, or I've been struggling to cut. I think it's hard.
No, yeah, it's so hard. I mean, I've been struggling, but these past like 3 weeks, I've really got locked in.
Dude, you've lost a lot of weight. You look
I've
so
lost 16 pounds in like, I mean, what, 2 months, I guess?
good. Yeah.
Which is like, that's pretty fast, which
Dude, yeah.
is fine, but not ideal.
No, I mean, what do you mean not ideal?
I don't know.
If
I
you
don't
could
wanna
have
lose
taken it
muscle
slower.
mass.
Yeah.
I could have taken it slower, but I was also in, crunch time, so.
How you
I
doing
kinda
over there,
had to-
Luke?
You've already lost muscle mass.
Luke is so caught up in being a victim. He
Yeah.
thinks that if he's below 200 pounds, he's a victim.
Luke's
I'm
a
not
hater.
gonna-
He's against all, like anything that involves cutting or like
Well-
eating healthy, he's against it.
Not eating healthy, but cutting is just like dumb, dude.
Why
I mean,
would
it
you
depends
not
what
want
you're going for?
Like cutting 16 pounds.
Dude, you would look crazy if you cut down. Like you get more vascular and your body just looks electric.
Yeah, but like then I lose like strength. I lose things I've worked for so long.
But
Are
can
you
get
getting
it
paid
right
to lift
back.
heavy weights? Or are you getting paid to look good?
The brands reached out to me when I was looking like a hog, so I'm gonna stay a hog. I'm not gonna cut down now that I have a brand deal.
You say that though, but every summer you do cut down because you look at your
happens
your physique.
naturally.
Yeah, your physique last summer though, you definitely don't have as much muscle mass as you have now.
I don't have a time where I'm like, okay, now it's time to lose 25 pounds. I'm just like, it just gradually happens right before summer. I always look like an amazing, just great in the summer.
Well, your body works different then because
You're also 20 years old, homie.
Yeah, with 17-inch biceps.
But here's the
How's
thing,
that?
bro. Here's the thing. Your metabolism is probably crazy right now. Your testosterone is through the roof. You eat Twinkies, eat whatever you want, and you're going to have a six-pack. But when you get 23, 24, like me and Big Daddy Fish,
I'm 21.
He's 21.
whatever, dude, you're
He's
a
a
child.
couple months older than me.
Yeah, I am.
Same
How is
thing.
that any diff?
Same thing. We're grown men over here.
Which is
We have
true.
mustaches too. You see these
Yeah.
things?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nashville is in the news right now for some seriously disturbing reasons. Riley Strain disappeared. He was at a fraternity formal in Nashville. He was on Broadway, and then there's a video of him stumbling out of the bar and then walking downtown, and then he disappeared that night, and they haven't found him. They found his credit card, which was by the river. So they've been scanning everything. They have, I mean, all the equipment in the world to try and find this guy. I hope they do. But there is a number. Anyone with information about it, there's a number. It's 615-742-7463. That's just the Nashville Crime Stoppers. So if you guys have anything or you see anything, just call that number. Again, it's 615-742-7463. So yeah, our thoughts and prayers are out to him and his family. That's pretty crazy.
It is.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, which is so unfortunate because it's so normal these days to be stumbling out of Broadway.
Oh, I know. I mean, you see, if you go to Broadway, you're seeing like hundreds of people just doing that
Falling
same
over
thing.
and
Yeah.
But like, it's even worse to think that like he went with his frat and like he was just thinking, oh, we're gonna go out and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had no.
Never.
I mean, anybody that goes out to have a good time and disappears, it's gonna be terrible.
It's terrible.
But I think that's why it's probably more public because when you're in a frat, you don't come home with some kid that everybody's like, yo, what happened?
Yeah.
Where's he at? And then all of a sudden it just spreads like wildfire. Then it
Yeah.
goes to the news. I mean, it happens every day. People are disappearing every single day,
Yeah,
which is wild.
I have a lot of questions, but like
I do too.
there's I've been doing like diving into that whole thing just because it freaks me out. But there in every street video of him walking on the street, there's the same car.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's a black Honda Civic.
Wait, what? Is there a
Yeah.
little...
I never saw that.
And then on the cop's dash cam, he was talking to Riley, and then like the cop turned around a few minutes later, and Riley's just gone.
What do you guys think happened?
I mean, I know people can get that drunk, but questionably, roofied or something, put in his drink. And I don't know, the credit card by the rivers, I don't know. That's a weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know.
I'm assuming he got super drunk. He might have gotten roofied. And then I wouldn't be surprised if he fell in the river because he was stumbling all over the place. What do you think, Luke?
I mean, I don't think that he got roofied by the bartenders. I think like there's no way that like they're gonna just see a 6'6" guy and just drop a roofie pill in his drink.
Is he 6'6"?
Yeah, he was
he's
huge.
tall.
Oh, really?
And like everybody's like, oh, he probably got roofied. But the only way that a man at that stature gets roofied is to get robbed right outside the bar. So that there's just like he would have been robbed and he would have been left there. Because like they're not just you're not gonna roofie like men for sexual purposes. They get roofied for robbing, and for like jumping them.
I mean, probably more so, but I feel like, the whole sex trafficking industry is pretty crazy.
Yeah, but they're not gonna sex traffic a 6'6" dude. They're gonna.
That's what you think.
yeah,
I don't know.
There's
They do what they
not.
want.
What do you mean?
You think they're just gonna see a 6'6" guy and think that's an easy target? Let's go get him. No,
I mean, if you
If you get roofied, it's an easy target.
Dude,
for
you
anybody.
could roofie a hippo. What do you mean?
They're not gonna like the chances that somebody just like went out to Luke Bryan's on Broadway and got sex trafficked are so low, especially a man.
That's what you think, bro. You'd be surprised.
There's
man.
no way.
But I do know what you're
pretty
saying.
messed-
The whole jump, like, dude, almost every weekend, I feel like we're hearing stories about someone getting jumped. So it's like people are doing that a lot. I don't know what happened. The river part, though, seems to add up. But either way,
I think that he either like didn't know how much he had drank or just kind of hit him fast. Like his friends aren't coming out and saying anything about it.
It's also super easy to get out of hand on Broadway. I mean, everybody's pouring shots. It's very easy to, as we know, get more drunk than you were planning.
they were looking for him,
And they found
another lady.
That had gone missing months and months ago.
That's
So
wild.
It's crazy with the whole TikTok ban, coming about. That's the young people. That's how we get our news. Like without TikTok, I wouldn't know anything about this case. I don't watch the news. Do you guys watch the news?
TikTok's my news.
I know, like
And
seriously.
my Google, like everything.
Like I learned so much from TikTok, and it's such a good way to get a ton of information out to a massive audience and all over the world.
Yeah.
If TikTok gets banned, that's
We'll all be clueless.
Yeah, like that's so unfortunate. I wouldn't know where to go for my news because whenever I see a story, it's always on my For You page. If I need to see it or it's something about something that's going on, I guarantee you it's showing up on our For You page.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you guys think TikTok's gonna get?
No.
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely getting closer this time than it was last time.
I think that someone's gonna buy it, or we'll go in on like I think the U.S. will have like a group of people go in and either buy out 50% of it, so then they can still have some of it, and because it's not just U.S. it's the whole world. It's all over the place. So
yeah.
and then if it does get banned in the U.S., I think that people are just going to change their VPNs. I think that's going to investing in a VPN company or some way where like you can click on this VPN app and then it moves you to TikTok, but you're in TikTok and your VPN is in Canada or your VPN is in a different country because TikTok's not going away from other countries. It's only going away from the United States because we have issues with it. So I think that it'd be pretty cool if, investing in a VPN company or something like that. I think that'd be smart. If TikTok does go down the shitter.
Really smart and like really freaking dialed when you chose the VPN company you threw your money into the.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but if you say you threw money in a VPN company like right now, and the chances of TikTok getting banned is probably like, I would say it's a 50-50 shot. It's a total coin flip right now. And so like if you throw your money in right now into some random VPN company that's about to blow up, and then you make a shit ton of money. I mean, you could invest.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, it'd be pretty tight.
I don't think like people are gonna absolutely lose their minds and put their VPN in Canada just to scroll on TikTok. I think there's could be another app.
Yeah,
that's what I could also see.
There's always been an app like that.
Yeah, they'll just make another app like TikTok.
So then all of the big creators go to that app because that's where the money's at. That's what like happened with Snapchat. They changed the program, and then everybody went to Snapchat because that's where you make your most money. And if you're doing social media, you have to be making money, or else you're gonna end up having to do something else.
Yeah, they'll definitely be smarter about it, about keeping their creators on there or getting previous creators on their app.
I don't know if I told you this. I've been roofied before.
I've heard that.
It was in the summertime. Baseball season just got over with, so we were going out to the bars, and me and my buddy Preston go out, and I had 2 drinks at the bar because we were kind of planning on having a long night, like just starting here pre-gaming. On my 3rd drink, I was like going to walk to the upstairs section, and this guy walks up to me and goes, "Hey man, I'm leaving. Do you want my drink?" And I'm stupid, so I'm just.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like, but he looked like he was walking out of the bar, so he's leaving, and it was a margarita, and he goes, "Hey man, like I'm leaving right now. You want my drink?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I'll take your drink, like free drink, hell yeah." I wasn't even thinking about the chance of getting roofied, right? Like you're not thinking anything. I was stupid. I was in college. I had no idea what was going on, and I take the drink, and then like literally 10, 15 minutes later, I started to get a little weird and like foggy. I'm like, whoa, like this is my 3rd drink and I am feeling really weird, and I start to get like delusional, like I didn't know what was going on, and I went over to my buddy like 10 minutes in. I'm like, dude, I feel really weird right now, like I don't know what's going on. I don't remember anything else after saying that. Apparently I was freaking out and like I was being really, really weird, so my buddy Ubered home with me, and this is all what I was told from here. I was in my Uber with like my head out the window, completely just unconscious, like no idea what's going on. And my buddy's like freaking out. He's like thinking I just was blacked out off of 3 drinks because we were not even thinking roofie. I ended up crawling into my house, like, because I was just like not able to move. I crawled up my stairs like some Jordan Belfort shit, like no clue what's going on. And I ended up in my room, and I locked myself in my room somehow because I didn't want to be around anybody. I don't know what was going on. And I ended up jumping on TikTok live. I don't know how I ended up on there.
No way.
Yeah, like later in the night, I ended up on live. So I no clue
Did
what
anybody
happened.
see that live by any chance?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
That can happen to anybody, bro.
What'd you feel like the next day?
Dog shit. I just felt like super anxious. Like I was like no idea what happened. I mean, imagine just like
I'd be freaking out.
lights out. Lights out. You wake up in the morning, you're like, I had 2 drinks at the bar and then I was gone.
Yeah.
Nothing,
Dude,
bro.
that's terrifying though, how it can knock you out like that.
Yeah, no, it's just, I mean, bro, it'll take you just see you later. You have no idea what's going on. And I slammed the drink too. It was just like, see ya.
Yeah.
Lights out. There's a drink cover. It's called the nightcap drink cover. It's like a scrunchie, you know those bands where the girls wear, and then they throw it over top. We can throw a photo of it in here. but it's like the perfect little cover thing.
I was like at the Aldean's one night, and I was like, kind of drunk, and a group of girls had the drink covers on, and like I remember going up to them and being like, "That's a great idea." And I was just like, it made me look like such a weirdo because I was like looking at their drink covers. I was like, I never thought about drink covers.
From deep.
It made me look so bad, dude. They're like, oh, thanks. And they like all held their drinks closer to them. And I was like, no,
Oh my god.
that's not what I meant. I actually did think it was a cool idea. I was at Aldean's another night, and these three guys, one of them looked like an absolute Viking, came up to me and was like, hey man, we saw you from over there. We got you a drink. I was like, oh, I'm good. Like, I'm fine, man. And he's like, no, seriously, like, you want us to waste our money? Like, just slam it. I was like, no, I promise I'm good. And then they were all like drink pushing this one like vodka pineapple on me. I was like, dude, I'm not drinking your drink. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Then they like all got pissed off and walked away. Then one of the guys from the group later on that night was like, came up to me, he's like, hey man, I just really respect you standing up to your decision and not drink that drink. It was I liked and admired that about you.
Yeah.
And walked away.
Yeah, that's really
I was
weird.
like, oh, dude, what? Six
weird.
dudes trying to push a drink on me?
That is strange.
So it's spring break right now. Are you guys like, do you guys have FOMO? Or I mean, bro, everyone is
Dude.
out there in Fort Lauderdale partying. It looks like a blast. I know it doesn't feel like a blast, but it looks real fun.
I mean, we did it last year, and I will not go back.
Never?
Okay,
was
not
it. That was my
never,
one
but
spring
I
break.
won't go back on spring break.
What was last year like?
Dude, it was really fun. Like while we were down there, it was a super fun trip. But like leaving there, I've never felt so like almost depressed and like bad about myself. It was just like it's just the whole environment is just wild. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
It's real heathen activity.
Yeah, didn't you guys like wake up in the morning and just get after it? Is that like what you guys do out there?
I thought it was literally Fort Lauderdale on spring break was what I imagined hell to be like.
Whoa, that's aggressive.
Dude, yeah,
It's
it's
aggressive.
A lot of hot
Bad. Like,
chicks in
no,
bikinis and
no
drinks?
morals, just people losing their minds, just going absolutely insanely wild.
Oh yeah, there's zero morals down there, which is what was hard because me and Luke do have morals. So we get down there, and I expected like a Panama City type spring break vibe, and it was not even close. It was like times 20.
Really?
It was just wild.
What is the Panama City like? What is that?
I've
That's
never
just
been.
another spring break. Panama City's more trashy, but it's like I don't know. It's like but Fort Lauderdale is like Panama on steroids. in my
Panama
opinion.
City's like where everybody, most people from the South go
Yeah, it's just
for
kind of a
vacation.
redneck.
They're just kind of redneck,
And just get after it.
Yeah.
real gritty, just good. It's a good beach. It's just
Yeah,
a-
I mean it's.
Hey, that kind of stuff's fun while you're young, though. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, then you get washed up and you can't keep up with everybody. But
When we had a horrible planning because our flight was in Atlanta at like 6 a.m. So we pulled in an all-nighter, so we didn't miss our flight.
that was your
So-
first night, like you going into the trip.
Yep.
All
Yep.
night?
We had to pull an all-nighter in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
We got in
and
the car at
drive
11,
to Atlanta.
drove to Atlanta, got to the airport, sat down at like 3, boarded at 5, got in at like 7, and we went to our hotel. And I just remember already I was like, oh, gosh, this is just terrible. No sleep or anything. And then bottomless mimosas at 9,
Yeah.
which just ruined me. I just remember like they had this big old trash can full of mimosa, like a whole trash can, and they would just take your cup and dump it in there.
That's a bad way to get roofied.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh.
It was absolutely terrible. And then so we were just slamming them and
It's
then
nasty. We're just sitting there drinking. I'm like, this
drinking
is awesome.
them. We're pretty fired up at this point, like, oh yeah, like this could be awesome. And then I just remember that everyone's like, let's go to the beach. And I was like, yeah. And then I start walking and I'm like trying to walk to the water, and all I can see is just this little circle of light. Like just like that's all I could see. It's just like a little circle.
How many drinks deep do you think you were?
Not even that many. It was just no sleep and just like probably 5
Yeah.
or 6 mimosas. And then I see this little circle. We hadn't even
And
checked
it's
into our
hot.
blazing heat, and like, oh dude, I just remember like thinking this is terrible. So we ended up going home, and I got in bed around 1 to try and sleep until about 8, and then go out. I finally fall asleep. About 2 hours later, I wake up in a headlock because Fisher's just
Sauced.
It wasn't even that I mean, I was pretty sauced, and I
They
just
came and just jumped on
was
my
'cause-
bed and put me in a headlock.
But it's because I was like already mad at Luke because he was like, it was our first day there, and we were running off low sleep, and he was like, I gotta go take a nap. And I was like, dude, it's 3
Dude, he's
o'clock.
mad I
We're
wanna
in the
take a
day.
nap after no sleep and 5 mimosas.
Let's enjoy the first day, and then we'll sleep tonight. And I
Sure,
was
it's
like, Luke, what are you doing? I was like,
I
I
was
just got off the
so
beach having a
mad.
great time. I put him in a headlock, and he woke up so mad.
I was so pissed, dude. I was like, I finally fell asleep.
That
wake up
headlock
and
was
it
probably
choke-
necessary though.
It was a chokehold.
It did get you going though. After
Not
that,
really,
you were
I-
up and ready to go.
Yeah, and then I went back to bed at around 6, and y'all went out. I was in bed, a nervous wreck, dude. I was freaking out.
Luke did have a girlfriend when he was down there, so it's like you were also
On edge. I was like,
On
dude,
edge,
it's not
so-
Were
gonna
the
be
chicks
good.
all over Fisher? Were they loving him?
They came to me first.
Did they
Dude, there
really?
was a few, yeah, that were like,
And I
Yeah, we
said,
won't go
sorry,
there.
I have a girlfriend, but my friend looks pretty similar to me if you want to go give him a shot.
They
And most
talked
of them
to
were
me.
like, oh, that's Fisher Perry. It's like, yeah.
that was a bad night. So basically, one of our buddies, he can drink a lot.
Before we went out, he slammed a whole bottle of Crown.
Yeah. And so we were like, oh boy, probably 3 hours later, 4 hours later, it's about 1 o'clock. We come back with some people we met, hanging out. He's obviously hammered. And so we were like, let's go.
Nonverbal.
Yeah. We were like, let's go get up. So he gets up and we handed him a bottle of water that had Tito's in it.
On accident?
No, we told him, we were like, this is Tito's. This is not water. He was like, I just want a little bit. And he drank the whole thing.
Bad.
Wait, so he had a full water bottle? That
Bad.
is what you call the vortex.
He was throwing up outside. It was black. So we thought he was throwing up blood. So, and we're also like a little bit sauced up too.
And we were like, either it's probably nothing.
Could he move?
No.
But if we don't call the ambulance or somebody and there is something that happens to him, it's on us. So we're like, we're just going to call someone to check up on him. Yeah. So we called them and the paramedic was so mad and was going off on him. And he was like,
The paramedic was pissed.
oh,
What made you think it was a good idea to drink this much? And
rightfully so.
he's over there. He's going, I don't know.
Yeah. But as soon as she left, dude, he sobered up. He got up and he laid down. He was fine. It was crazy. This was a funny story. 3 of our friends got their phones stolen when we were down there on the last day.
Are you sure they didn't just lose their
No,
No,
phone?
there was
positive.
people pickpocketing there, and there was
Oh,
a
yeah.
girl working for the pickpocketer. That every single one of them remembers talking to this girl,
That's what I was going
and
to
the
say.
last thing they remember is like exchanging numbers, and then their phone's gone.
I don't know if it was her. I feel bad because here's what
No,
happened.
it was her, dude.
Was
I'm
she
not playing
hot?
around.
She was
Dude, she
cute.
was working. She was working.
There were 2 chicks that Clay and Adam hung out with. They got their phones stolen. Then Mason was hanging out with one of them the next night. And then right after that, he got his phone stolen. So I went up to him and I was like, and he was telling me, I think it's that girl. He goes, I gave her my phone for my Snapchat. Now it's gone. So we went up and he pressed her and started going off on her. And she started getting super upset saying it wasn't me. I don't think it was her though, because
I do,
we
bro.
saw her the next day and we were talking to her and we apologized for getting onto her, but
Yeah.
it was a weird story.
If I was
that
gonna
sounds-
run a phone snagging thing, I would get some hot chick to go exchange numbers with every dude that she can and just pocket the phone.
Did you guys see Sadie McKenna and all of them are out in Fort Lauderdale right now? Live streaming and shit. Have you guys seen the live streaming stuff yet?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
I haven't seen much of it.
I've seen a lot of it.
What would you think of if your girlfriend was doing that?
I don't.
You'd have to have a conversation with Clicks, who's
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I talk to him, I wouldn't tell my girlfriend she can't film with one of the top streamers, there
Yeah.
is right now. So, but
I
there's a
would.
few things that are a little.
Would you really?
Dude, if a top streamer reached out to my girlfriend and was like, come to Fort Lauderdale and come film with
Well,
me.
the thing is, Jacob
I'd be
was
like-
with him.
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah,
If it was if my girlfriend went alone, I'd be like, okay, have fun. You're single.
yeah, I agree. I agree. But Jacob's with her, and then also, I mean, there's a few things that they say on stream, and I was like, whoa.
What did they say? Do you remember anything?
It's like an apron video that I guess Clicks got her, and
What did the apron say?
something about. I don't even want to talk about it.
You-
I don't remember
you-
exactly what it said. It's something about meat and they were cooking. It was just like a sexual joke, that one would make. The whole situation is they're probably all on the same page, so I wouldn't think too much about it.
I would think it was super weird if he popped that out of the blue without telling Jacob. He probably told Jacob before, this is what I have planned for the stream. If you're comfortable with this, I'm gonna give her this apron.
I'd be out
You'd be
with
out.
the stuff that they're doing. I'd be out.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but you got to
just-
understand it's a business too, and it's not like Sadie's got her boobs out there.
Well, I know. I'm not
she-
knocking on
and
her.
it's-
They do They have a different.
Because here's the thing: is they were planning on cooking in the stream anyways, so they probably set it up before. So you got to look at it from a perspective of the people, and what they see is Sadie just getting a random thing. They don't see that it was set up, you know, because everything's set up. So they just see that it's just a weird look on clicks. At that point, that's what the stream's gonna see. They're not gonna think that Sadie's being weird because Sadie thought she was just cooking.
Oh yeah, I don't think so either. I just know that
As long as you know your girlfriend's not getting set up like, yeah, give me the meat shirt. Like I want that. That's not her.
I just still wouldn't want to be in the mix of it. If I wouldn't want my girlfriend in the mix of it. It would just, I would feel weird.
But
If you have a super attractive girlfriend, like me, of course, to no one's surprise, it is like you have to be just completely dumb to not see some of the intentions of the guys surrounding themselves with her. If they're claiming it's business or they're claiming it's whatever. I mean, if your girlfriend's a smoke show, every guy's gonna have the same thought. Not a good thought. And like that's why I don't love my girlfriend having guy friends, because all of them, if given the opportunity, would take up on it.
mm-hmm.
I'm not stupid. Like, take your guy friend in that room alone, see what happens. But like, I'm saying, like, guys, like, oh, that's my girl. Like, we've been friends. Like, okay, flip the script. Start hitting on him. See what he does.
I know. I
Guaranteed.
love when guys say that. Oh
Dude,
yeah,
come on.
we go way back.
I'm
we're
not
homies.
stupid. Okay, I'm not dumb.
Flip it.
Fisher might think differently, but my girlfriend's not gonna be hanging out with a bunch of dudes that claim to be. Oh, that's my friend. We've been friends for so long.
that is very true, though. That
Dude,
is very true.
Stupid.
It's like when you're thinking about it, what you just said there was facts.
Mm-hmm.
Flip the script. So they're like, oh yeah, I'm just friends with her. What happens if the situation gets flipped and she gets out of hand, too drunk, and all of a sudden she's flirting with you? You really still gonna be friends with her?
Yeah.
She's a rocket.
Like,
No,
dude,
you're
yeah.
not. No, you're
No
gonna.
guy's just gonna be super good friends with a hot chick.
I mean, realistically, I feel like we have some good relationships with girls that are super hot and they're actually just our friends. I mean, a perfect
kiss
example,
them.
Mandy, she's like my dog, and I would never like hook
Yes,
up.
you would. If she started coming on to you, you would at least make it out. You would at least make out with her. Like, because obviously you think she's attractive.
I mean, yeah, she's super hot. Yeah, so like, yeah, I probably would.
Exactly.
Because-
That's
but
why I don't
here's the thing.
want my girlfriend having a bunch of dudes.
But here's the
around
thing: is me and my mindset right now is that like Mandy's like one of my dogs, and I would never want to sacrifice that because I don't see myself dating this girl. So why would I sacrifice my friendship with her when I have a rare friendship with Mandy and she's actually a super cool girl? I don't want to sacrifice that because I don't see myself dating her. So at that point, it would just be a wasted hookup. If I can keep that mindset, yeah.
The scenario.
I know what you're saying though. It does depend on the scenario, but as of where I am right now, I would be like, no shot. Like Mandy's my dog. I don't want to throw away my friendship with Mandy, you know, to make things weird.
Did you guys know that there's actually kind of scary. There's a cult in Nashville, like 15 minutes from my girlfriend's house. It was on the way to church.
Dude, your girlfriend lives in a crazy
it?
area.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's like a palace.
Yeah, it's sick. It's like a bunch of property out in Brentwood. They started a new neighborhood called The Omen. That's like a bad name. There's like this huge house out where she lives, and they have like a bunch of land, and like throughout the land, there's like these little buildings placed like in each field. And then they started a neighborhood, and like apparently there's like this huge cult going on out there.
What do they do?
I'm not sure. Nobody really knows, but they know where like the leader lives.
They know it's like a cult though.
Yeah.
I feel like cults happen in rich areas. Like, it's just a rich people thing. Like, I mean, I'm assuming Luke's girlfriend is extremely wealthy based on the house and the cars in the garage and everything they got going on. But also their family's awesome.
Dude, they're so fun.
Yeah. What's up with you and like I feel the girl that you were talking to before was rich. The rich girls just flock to Luke.
Oh, no, I'm like, don't get your hopes up now. This is the nice house you'll be living in.
Yeah. That is crazy.
No, dude, her family's great. They are genuine people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would never know.
It's because they
Until
have
you pull up to their house.
Yeah, it's because they have like a come up story of they started not as wealthy, and her dad stepped it up and really made something out of it. So
Yeah. I feel like that's where you get the best people is where they work for their money.
Yep.
You know, I mean,
Exactly.
imagine us. Imagine if we were just given $50 million, and
be-
it's like, here you are, you're set for life.
It'd be terrible.
We would have no understanding of what it means to like work for your money and pay your own bills. I mean, because you're set for life and everything's probably just set up to. I mean, I honestly wouldn't want that. Would you guys want that?
No, I wouldn't want it because I think it takes away the point of life. Honestly,
It's working hard and finding what you're passionate about and.
And God's called us to work and to be, you know, productive to the world and to start a family. And if you were just given $50 million, I think you would be pretty miserable.
Well, yeah, I think
unless you put it in the
wouldn't
right places.
Yeah, unless you put it in the right places and you brought others along with you. You know, it's not like you're just living in some gigantic house by yourself with a bunch of cars and just a bunch of stuff to flex. But if you did it in the right way and you invested your money and got some real estate and got some really cool houses where you could bring all your friends to, it could be cool.
It could be really cool if you just kept I think that you should always still work.
Yeah.
Even if you had that kind of money, I'd still probably like start a business or something with it.
Next week we got the one of the Montana girls coming on, or Montana boys. We call them the Montana girls. We're gonna have them on next week to fill you guys in on all the tea that's been going on. I know there's been a ton of pub all over the place, so we're gonna have one of them on and get this thing rolling. But that's pretty much it for this week. We love you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Y'all have a good one.